I celebrate New Year's on November 1st. So it was New Year's for me, yesterday? Yesterday. Okay, my mindset with this, and I'm going to give you a message that you need to hear, so stick with me, okay? It won't be long today. The reason I do this is because too many of us, we wait till a date on a calendar says it's a new year to create our change. And when you're serious about change, you don't need a new year. All you need is a new moment. So I decided to always meet the greatest version of myself when 2023 hits instead of starting that, because most people start things that they don't finish. So I'm telling you this because there's a challenge right now. It's probably like 6,000 people on Telegram. It's probably the biggest challenge in the world, 15,000 people on my text community. You can do either one. But if you want to join, some of you are already a part of this. If you want to join, it is pinned below, okay? Just click that link and join. It is on Telegram. Download the Telegram app. Join the group, okay? If you don't want to join the group, you can always text NBG, New Beginnings Group, NBG, to 817-242-2719, okay? I send out texts for the group, but also if you want a more immersive experience, join Telegram, okay? It's called the 60-Day New Beginnings Challenge Group, or you can click that link below. Let's get right into this, okay? And I'm going to see who's joining right quick. Let me see if I can shout somebody out just real quick and we'll get started. Let me see who just joined. Tracy just joined. Darlene just joined. Kelsey just joined. Y'all are in it. Endora Brown just joined. Jasmine just joined. Heath just joined. Ashley just joined. All of y'all are joining. Okay, and I'll shout some more people out. But listen, don't join. And I want to say this. This is just in general. So many of us, what we do is, and I know it's early to be this hype, but I'm hyped. So many of us, what we do is like, and I love the want to change. I love the want to be better. Like that is great because some people don't even want to do that. So the awareness of wanting to change your life is great. The awareness of wanting to do better is great. I love that. But what a lot of us do is we depend on motivation, right? Right now, you're probably going to have an emotional charge. What is that? It means that you're charged up emotionally. You're motivated. You're inspired. But inspiration and motivation runs out. Only through consistency and commitment can that emotional charge turn into an emotional change. Through consistency. Okay, so that's my goal for you. A lot of people start things but don't finish. I see Precious just joined. Jessica just joined. Mercedes just joined. A lot of people, they make these decisions but they don't stick to it. And so this is what I want to tell you. This will change your life and you need to hear this. Understand this truth. For one, we all know, like, time ain't guaranteed. And some of us, it's okay if you're starting over, okay? I get it. But some of us, we're going to continue to start over, continue to make the same goals, continue to say the same things, continue to say, oh, this is my year, continue to say it every single year. Some of us have been saying this is our year for the last 10 years, and we went back to the same habits and routines because our brains are programmed to find what's familiar. If you make a true commitment and choice today, okay, then it will change your life forever. And this is what I want to tell you that really helped me stay committed to certain things in my life. January 1st, 2023. So whenever you're watching this video, it might be 2024, 2025. Just know January 1st is coming, right? There's nothing we can change, slow down about it. I'm not sure how many hours from now it is. I'm not sure how many days, 50 some days. It is coming, okay? That is inevitable. January 1st is coming. It's inevitable. But who you are when you show up to January 1st is optional. I want you to understand that and hear me. People need to understand this. Like, January 1st is coming. It's inevitable. I know that's a common sense thing. It's coming. It is coming. But who you are when you show up there, the person you are, the version of yourself when you show up there is optional. One or two things. Either you're going to be a person that you're proud of, or you're going to be a person that didn't keep the promises and commitments that they made to themselves. So I want to tell you right now, if you plan on taking this challenge with me, like, make a true decision and make a true commitment to actually stick with it. Okay? To actually stick with it and understand either one or two things are going to happen. And this don't have to be necessary for January 1st. It can be at any time. You got to get to a point where you're sick and tired of meeting the same version of yourself that you complaining about. You got to get sick and tired of meeting the same version of yourself that's accepting less. You got to get sick and tired of meeting the same version of yourself that's living a life that isn't meant for you to live, living a life that you have chose to settle for instead of living a life that you were created to be and live. You have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired of it, because I'm going to tell you right now, complain on Facebook about it, complaining is not going to change it. You have to really get fed up at some point. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. Some of us, we're going to die never meeting the best version of ourselves. We're going to die unhappy. And I know that hurts for me to say it, but I'm going to be real with y'all and straight up with y'all. Some of us, and I refuse in my life to be that. There's some things I need to change right now that I said, when I get to January 1st, I'm not going to look back and say, dang, I wish I would have stuck with it. Dang, I wish I would have stuck with this. Nah, I'm going to look in the mirror and high five myself. Boop. I'm going to high five myself because I know I'm committed to this. One, because I got to hold myself accountable for y'all, but it's even bigger than y'all. This is for me. Okay, so I want to ask you that question again, and I want this to sit in your soul. Who are you going to meet on January 1st? Don't wait till January 1st like the rest of the world, right? The rest of the world literally doesn't keep the promises that they make on December 31st. January 1st, they bring in the new year, wasted, bring the new year behind. They bring in the new year behind. At some point, we got to say, man, forget waiting for a new year to change. Let's start now so we can run into 2023 already becoming a better version of ourselves. So you're going to meet a version of you. You can meet the same version of you, or you can meet a different version of you. You can meet a better version of you. That decision is on you, but please don't live life blaming anybody else. Please don't live life complaining about things. And I understand your circumstances might not be favorable, but as I always tell you, you're still highly favored. Your circumstances don't determine your life. Your circumstances don't determine your destination. Your faith does. Your perspective does. So there's a you inside of you that you haven't met yet. Some of you met that person before, but I want you to remember this and remind yourself of this. You are her and you are him, right? You are her and you are him. What does that mean? That means that you are a great, incredible person. And you got to realize that and understand that. Stop allowing people, circumstances, this world, your past, make you think different. It's time for you to start walking in confidence. I didn't say cockiness or arrogance, but in confidence. What you get right now from me is confidence. I believe in me because I understand who resides in me. I'm not living life lessening myself. I'm not living life feeling sorry for myself. I'm not living life living a settled version of myself. I'm not living life in regret anymore. I'm living life being intentional. I'm living life doing purpose, breathing purpose. I'm living life meeting the greatest version of me. In my book, The Greatest You, y'all know that. There's a you inside of you, again, that you haven't even met yet. Stop allowing that person to be a stranger. Meet that person. Each and every one of you have all the potential in the world, my friend. But potential is pointless when potential isn't met or progressed to. Do I need to say that again? Everybody listen to my voice right now. You have all the potential in the world, my friend. But potential is pointless when it's not met or progressed to. Thank you, Carrie, for the stars. I really appreciate you. So it is time for you to stop living with your potential and start living in your potential. Do you hear me? The potential of a better you health-wise, the potential of a better you mindset-wise, the potential, thank you, Carrie, again, Carrie's in here showing love. Carrie, I appreciate you. Make sure you're part of that group, Carrie. I see Lizzie sign up, David sign, Jen sign up. And listen, don't sign up if you don't want to show up. I'm like, don't sign up if you're not going to show up. I don't care about you signing up. I care about you showing up. This group is going to hold you accountable. This group is going to be accountability. But a lot of us, what we do, I'm going to bring it back to the beginning. You are emotionally charged right now. I'm speaking to your heart right now. I'm speaking, motivating you right now. I'm inspiring you right now. But inspiration and motivation doesn't create change. It might get you on the road to change, but only through impact is your life transformed. And my friend, I can't impact you like that. Being impacted, you have to accept it, right? You have to accept it. And when you are impacted, you are changed. You are changed. You are transformed when you're impacted. Yes, I've impacted a lot of lives that have transformed, but only through their permission are they allowed to be allowed to transform. See, I'm giving you inspiration and motivation right now. The only way I can give you impact is you accept this, you open up to this, and you allow it to transform you. Okay? Don't leave it as motivation and inspiration because that will run out. Don't leave it as an emotional charge where you're emotionally charged up and I'm going to change everything, like I'm doing everything. And then when life hits you back in the face, when that emotional tank goes to E and it's not on full, the inspirational tank goes to E and it's not on full, are you still going to be able to drive? Are you still going to be able to go? Are you still going to be able to be consistent? So I need you, man. I need you to make this year your year. Okay, as rehabbers, we are already in 2023. That's where our mindset is. We're not waiting to no damn January 1st with the rest of the world that's going to talk about change they ain't going to stay committed to. We showing up as the best version of ourselves. I'm telling you, this trend that you're seeing right now, you're going to see transform right before your eyes over the next 2 months. Facts. There's no negotiating with that neither. Some of us, we've been negotiating with our greatness for far too long, man. You've been negotiating with the things that are meant for your life for far too long. Stop negotiating. Stop negotiating your worth. Stop negotiating your value. Stop negotiating your greatness. Stop negotiating your standards. Stop negotiating your principles. Stop it. No more negotiation. Stop lessening yourself for anything in this world. And some people might call you stuck up. That ain't being stuck up. Don't ever let somebody make you feel like you doing what's right for you is wrong. But some of you have been negotiating your whole life. When you know your worth and you know your value, just like on that job, right? You know your worth on that job. When that boss trying to pay you less, you're like, hell nah. Nah, I know my worth. It's the same thing emotionally that we gotta get in tune with. Hell nah. You ain't gonna treat me like that. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. You ain't gonna try to value you like that. I know I'm valuable. And I'm not negotiating on anything anymore in my life. Facts. No negotiation. So that's from the outside world, and that's internally. So stop negotiating on the things that you know are right for your life. Stop negotiating on the things that you know progress your life. Period. So with that diet, I don't even want to call it diet, with that lifestyle, and you know you live the best when you're on this lifestyle nutritionally, stop negotiating on it. Fitness, stop negotiating on it. Creativity, stop negotiating on it. Your dreams, your vision, stop negotiating on it. Stop negotiating. Stop negotiating, because when you negotiate, you freaking live a life that you don't want to live. And some people might say, Trent, is so hard. It is hard, bro. It's hard. It is hard for me. I'm going to be real with you, right? I'm tired. It's hard. I understand that. But you know what's harder? Living a life that you weren't meant to live. You know what's harder? Spending your whole life not knowing your worth, spending your whole life working for somebody else when you know you don't want to work for them, right? That's hard. What's hard is living in a place that is miserable for the rest of your life. That's hard. Yes, change is hard, but staying the same is harder. So I need you to stop negotiating on things. Okay, stop. And just say, I'm going to fall in love with progression. I don't need you to make a million things of change and overwhelm yourself. I want you to just do one thing. And how about we start with this? Simply, okay? Join the group. If you don't, that's fine. But let's do this. Here you go. Here's my gift to you that really ain't a gift. This is what I want you to do. Just now. This is what I want you to do. I don't care how long you do it. Hopefully you live like this for the rest of your life. At least for the rest of the year, do this. Let go of one thing that you know is not good for your life. I don't care what it is. It could be drinking. It could be whatever you think is not good. Like, that's subjective. So whatever you think is not good, whatever you can say, this is not helping me meet the greatest version of myself. Whatever that is, let it go. It can be small. It can be major. Then on the flip side, I want you to adopt or start doing one thing that you know is going to help you meet the greatest you. So you might say, Trent, I'm going to wake up earlier, 30 minutes every day. You know what, Trent, I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to walk every day. Trent, I'm going to listen to your podcast and read your book. No, I'm playing. Every day. Whatever it is, I want you to do it. Simple. And I promise you, if you stay committed, see, this is the thing, man. I really got to get off here because I got to do what I got to do. But this is the thing, y'all. We think that change is some miracle process, some miraculous process. We think it's supposed to be this big thing, this grandiose thing, like, oh my gosh, it has to be big. This is too small to create powerful change. This is too small. You talking about, Trent, just a habit? Like, that's no, my friend. It's the small things that create major transformations in your life. It's the small things that got you to where you're at. It's the small things that led to depression. It's the small things that led to unhappiness. The small things. And maybe you had a major moment in your life, right? Maybe so. Maybe you lost a loved one. I get it. But oftentimes it's the small things over time where you lose yourself. Small things. The things that you don't think matter, right? Like negotiating on your greatness, negotiating on your worth, selling for less, just a little bit here and there. But you get to a point where you do it so much that you don't even recognize who you are no more. You do it so much that that hunger for life disappears. You do it so much, you get to a place where you're just living, existing. Just like those small things led you here, a different set of small things can lead you there. What's there? The greatest version of yourself. And I know that seems like a big thing, y'all, but the greatest version of yourself doesn't mean that it's perfect. Doesn't mean that you're living the life that you aspire to live. It just means that every day you're saying, you know what? I live with intention today. I actually did something today that moved my life forward. I got to get off of here. I know that's a running joke with me, but I really do. But just understand, and I say this for last because I didn't want people to leave because they're like, this is too boring. But understand how your brain works, right? Your brain is going to revert to what's familiar. Your brain is going to revert to the things that are comfort, right? It's always going to revert back to that. So you have to disrupt your pattern. You have to disrupt. You have to be a disruptor in your life and disrupt the pattern that has kept you in the same pattern of average, that has kept you in the same pattern of sadness, that has kept you in the same pattern of depression. You have to disrupt the habit because you might be thinking, well, like, why do I keep going back to something I know is not good for my life? Because at some point, maybe it was good for your life. And your brain is still identifying that as something that is good for your life. We're actually talking about this in the art of moving on. I would tell you to take it, but this is the last week of it. Next go around, make sure you take the art of moving on. It's one of the most powerful courses, I think, in the world. And maybe I'm subjective, but the feedback is amazing, right? Teaching people how to move on from things. But this is what I'm teaching them this week. It's like we got to be able to rewire our brain and reprogram ourselves because some of you keep going back to a time that is no longer beneficial for your life, but your brain doesn't know that because your brain only remembers what it first gave you, the first experience with it. And so you have to be a disruptor in the pattern. You have to be a disruptor in the cycle. And it is freaking hard. It's hard. And sometimes you might fail. But understand you can always get back up. It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get knocked back up. In sports, we used to say this all the time. Get knocked down 7, stand up 8, baby. All right? And so I need you to continue to stand. I need you to continue to go. I need you to continue to progress. I need you to continue to give yourself grace. But I need you to make sure that you make this year your year. Okay? We are in 2023 in my mind. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm not waiting to 3, 2, 1. I hope it changed my life now. Oh my gosh. That emotional charge and then it leaves. Nah, I want to make commitments and decisions when I have no emotional charge. And that's something I would tell you as a speaker, as a motivational speaker. I'm telling you that. Like the decisions that you stick with are the ones that you make when you're not emotionally charged most times because it's real for you. Okay? So whatever it is for you, some of you have amazing ideas, amazing vision. Some of you are some of the most creative people in the world. But the world will never know that because you count yourself out so much. You've accepted what the world has given you, what the world has put on you. You accepted the limitations that things have placed on you, and you live a limited life. I want you to get back to having that imagination as a child. Because as we grow old, you heard me say this quote before. I think it's one of my most powerful quotes. We don't grow old because of age. We grow old because we stop doing things that keep us young. What does that mean? We stop creating. We stop imagining and we just start accepting. If you're going to accept anything, right, accept greatness in your life. But some of us have been living for so long of accepting things that we know we shouldn't accept. You stop, listen to this, y'all. And I'll be wanting to get off of here sometimes, but I know I say I want to get off, but I just can't sometimes. Like, I hope y'all, I just can't. Like, I have to give with my heart saying, like, I'm sorry. If it's long live, I get it. If you got to leave, I get it. But for me, man, like, I can't leave when I know it's on my heart. But probably this is the last. I'm going to say that, start saying that. But listen, like, understand what I'm saying here. Stop accepting. and start creating. Some of us, we keep accepting and we're not creating. And we wonder why we don't feel alive. The creativity that's been placed in you by God is how you feel alive, y'all. Can I be real with y'all? You know, I had stopped creating spoken words. I did, for whatever reason. And some of you know me because of my spoken. I stopped creating them. You know, life got busy and things were going on and everything. And I stopped creating. And even though I felt alive, I felt like something was missing. And when I say create, you don't have to create for the world. Just create for yourself. And maybe the world experiences your creation, but maybe not. But I stopped. And so I made a decision to get back to it for myself. And I'm starting to feel more alive than I ever felt. Because I'm getting back to really creating and not just existing and not just accepting. If you want to change your life, you got to stop accepting a version of your life that you know isn't the version that you want to be. And you got to start creating a life that you know will lead you to the person that you were created to be. I'm going to say that again. If you want to meet the greatest you, if you want to live life the way it's meant to be experienced, I'm actually writing this in my book right now, Protect Your Peace. It don't come out till next November, y'all. So I know some of y'all going to ask, but I'm actually writing this, right? I'm pretty much the last chapter in my book. And I talk about this. And a big part of protecting your peace is protecting your creativity, protecting your vision. But I'll say this again, and I really want y'all to hear me when I say it. That's why I'm talking very calm and slowing down. You got to stop accepting a version of your life that you know is not your best life, that you know is not your best self. And you got to start creating the version of yourself that leads to the life that you were meant to live. And I want to tell you this. Don't make it harder than what it is. Just ask yourself this simple question as we leave here. Ask yourself this simple question as we leave here. When you face decisions, look at you about to work out. I see you. Let's get it. Creating the best life. Maria about to go get it. I think I motivated her. Nah, she always gonna do it. But ask yourself this question. This is something that really helps me stay consistent and accountable to myself because it's hard, y'all. Like, even for me, like accountability, consistency is hard. But this is what helps me stay consistent. This simple question. And hold on, before I give it, I want to send a shout out to a few people. Wow, Priscilla, man, Cheryl, Christina, a lot of people, Jade, Rachel, man, a lot of people, Sunshine, Maya. It's my daughter? Nah, Maya just joined. So, but I want to say this. I ask myself this question a lot. And when I'm aware of this question, it helps me stay consistent. It helps me make better choices. And it's a simple question. Is this leading me to where I want to be? Or is this keeping me from it? And I cannot stress, y'all, the better question, not even the better questions, the more questions you ask yourself, the better your life will become. Again, simple question that you need to adopt in your life. It could be what you're about to eat. It could be what you're about to watch. It could be what you're about to do. It could be where you're about to go. Just ask yourself, in my terms, is this leading me to the greatest me? Or is this keeping me or leading me to a lesser me? And that's how you can stay more consistent. Simple question. And after you have your answer, right, you got to have some conviction in your soul to make the right decision. Conviction. And I think I'm coming up with a formula like right in front of y'all's face, by the way, that I'm going to teach. So somebody text me these things, right? You know me, I'm going to forget. I'm just speaking. This is heart flow, y'all. This is not brain flow. This is heart flow coming straight from the heart. But you got to have conviction. I mean, conviction helps you make better choices. Conviction is a belief in your soul. Conviction is a belief in something, right? That's conviction, where you feel obligated to make these choices. And the deeper the conviction, the stronger the consistency. Do y'all hear me right now? Like, you guys, I don't know if you understanding what you're getting, and I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but these are things that I give to y'all every single day for free, man, that people will be like, I'm going to charge you for this, right? I have my course and things like that, but right now, like, just I hope y'all understand what you're hearing. I know it sounds simple, but this is like, if you really understand this is life-changing for you, with your permission, of course. But it's like, the deeper the commitment, the stronger the consistency, or the conviction, the more you'll be consistent. The deeper the conviction, the stronger the consistency. Because when you feel convicted to do something, you usually do it. So again, I'm going to reiterate this one more time. I know people in the group be like, you supposed to be giving all this stuff. Like, not the Facebook, but you guys always show up for me. And I just want to come on here to push you towards it's the biggest challenge in the world right now. Okay. And so many people ask, like, it's the biggest challenge in the world. Whether you do it through text, again, 817-242-2719. You can just text MBG if you just want the text every day. Like I said, through Telegram, we have right now 6,300 people in the Telegram group, text message group. We have like, I think 15,000. So I wanted to tell you that, like, we off. We done. I can keep going. We done. I'm proud of you. And I want you to keep moving forward with your life and keep getting the best life out of your life. Like, that's what I want from you. And it's those simple things that matter. Is this leading me towards it or leading me away from it? That question will change your life. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like I tell you at every single video, it all starts with you. And I'm just looking in the comments right now a little bit. This is life changing. You are so appreciated. I love all the comments, y'all. I love all the comments. And like I said, these words are subjective to whatever, to you, to your individual, what it means to you. Everything I'm talking about from me is positive, right? And I know a lot of us, we get hyped up or we whatever. I just want to get to the point where you come on here and things are changing for you. That's why I do this. Not so y'all can see my face, so you can see my smile. I don't come on here for that. I literally give my time to y'all, which I enjoy, by the way, but I give my time to y'all because I really want to create change. And I cannot tell you how many people over the last 13 years that came up to me and say, hey, Trent, like, it was the lies, man, that really woke me up. And so hopefully this live woke somebody up today. Love y'all, man. Let's get it. It's rehab time, straight up. Make sure you listen to the podcast, too, Straight Up Podcast. We got an episode for Monday that will help your life. Free information, free therapy, man. Go take advantage of it. Let's get it.